There's the shot. The President of the United States, Barack Obama, the former President of the United States, George W. Bush. They're walking down those stairs. He's escorting the former president to that Marine Corps helicopter that will be taking him off, taking him over to Andrews Air Force Base. The Bushes have gone. They're gone from the White House, Anderson. No more stuff there. They're packed up. They're out of there, and they're moving back to Texas.
I can't remember a new president escorting the old president out to the helicopter and saying goodbye to him in this way.
And that's the way it's been throughout the transition on both sides.
So this has not happened in transitions past?
I may be wrong, but I can't remember it unfolding quite this way, and I think it does show a personal respect. He sharply disagrees with policies, as Paul Begala just said, but coming out there to say goodbye is the right thing to do.
There's Dick Cheney, the former vice president of the United States. If you're just tuning in, you probably haven't heard. He had a back problem moving some boxes into his new home in McLean, Virginia. The doctor said, you know what, get off your feet, to spend a couple days or so in a wheelchair, and that's where he was.
He'll be going in a motorcade to his new home. After he departs, then former President Bush, former First Lady Laura Bush, will head onto the Marine Corps helicopter.
Yeah, there they are. The new First Lady of the United States, Michelle Obama. People are going to be talking about her outfit, no doubt about that. We'll leave it to others to make some commentary. But on this day, we saw her beaming, and we saw those two sweet little girls, Sasha and Malia. How proud are they of their mom and dad?
It was so great to see them smiling the entire time, and absolutely, you know, starting today, and even before today, Michelle Obama's outfit will be the talk of the town.
What's so stunning about this is that in Barack Obama's speech, he called for nothing less than the remaking of America.
Yes.
And here he is standing with the outgoing President of the United States. It was a very sharp speech, as Bill Bennett said.
There were several implied criticisms of the 8 years of the Bush administration, certainly laced throughout that speech.
Says that, as for our common defense, we reject as false the choice between our safety and our ideals.
But you remember, he also reiterated the Constitution, where he said, you know, the God-given promise, all are equal, all are free, all deserve a chance to pursue their full measure of happiness. And through this campaign, he has come back to the constitutional right is for everybody.
Let's watch. George Bush Sr. is already on board that chopper, so is Barbara Bush.
They'll be taking that Executive One U.S. Marine Corps helicopter. It's no longer called Marine One because it's only Marine One once the President of the United States is flying aboard that helicopter, and he is now the former President of the United States. They'll take it for a short ride, about 10 minutes or so, to Andrews Air Force Base, where they will board that huge 747, the one that we know as Air Force One. It won't be called Air Force One once again because that plane carrying him back to Texas will not carry the president, only the former president of the United States. And as David Gergen points out, a very gracious moment by Michelle and Barack Obama, the president and first lady of the United States, as they meet up with Jill Biden and Joe Biden, the vice president of the United States. They will apparently wait to see that Executive One U.S. Marine Corps helicopter take off, head out to Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland for the journey back to Texas. It's all laced with enormous symbolism.
This Capitol, this White House, it is now theirs.
Yep. And, you know, he takes off this.
And that helicopter.
when he's on the helicopter, it'll be Marine One.
I'm not sure if he asked the pilot how long he'll be because he wants it back soon.
By the way, as you know, David, it's not just that one helicopter. He has a whole fleet of U.S. Marine Corps helicopters. Whenever he wants to go to Camp David or any place else within helicopter range, he's got that helicopter. Then he's got that huge 747 Air Force One at his disposal as well.
You can only imagine what is going through former President Bush's mind as he sees Barack Obama, a man who, you think about it, 2-3 years ago, relatively unknown. I mean, the thought that he could become president, very few people would have said this would happen.
Very few people thought. George W. Bush thought that Hillary Clinton was going to be the nominee. And this is a tough moment for him, as he told us in his many goodbye interviews that while it's been a tough job for him, he loved every minute of it, he said. And
it's interesting, you know, they're about a half an hour behind the schedule that they had organized, but does it really make any difference, David Gergen? I don't think so. I think everybody is having a good time. They're watching the celebration. It's a day for history to unfold. Tomorrow, the President of the United States gets down to real business. He's got a series of meetings, as we know, and the enormous challenges facing him and the country on the foreign policy, national security front, and also on the economic front.
Yes, he
You can
does.
actually see the chopper now lifting off past the Capitol from our vantage point. You can see it.
But by all indications, he relishes the chance to go into the Oval Office and get started. He wants to get moving.
Yeah, he'll have lunch up on Capitol Hill, and then he'll make that drive over to the White House. And you know what? Pretty soon he'll be in the Oval Office himself. He'll be signing papers, executive orders, making major decisions. Isn't that a great shot, Anderson?
They're about to pass us right by, actually. This is...
Yeah, it's coming, heading our way a little bit. I guess he's going to make a little tour. Maybe he'll fly over the White House before he heads out to Andrews Air Force Base, which is actually the other way, the other side of Capitol Hill. But I guess it would be symbolic and appropriate to fly over the north lawn, the south lawn of the White House.
It's interesting. All along the parade route, you see people turning and waving